Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm going to show you some cards that I received by trade. See, For Collectors is a channel on here that I think is going to be one of the things that they do is going to be huge in the YouTube world soon. They do a trade night, and right now it's at the infant stages, but I through this, I was on there one time or twice so far, and I developed a trade partner. And That trade partner happens to be John 3D 80s Kids. Now, John has admitted on that channel that he had never traded baseball cards before with another person. You know, that's something that a lot of people, including myself, did as a kid, as a young kid. And John, uh, I don't know how new John is to the hobby, but I do know that he's new to the trading world. And he has made two trades in his life now, and both of them have been with me. And I think if this channel keeps growing, other people will find nice trading partners. Now, John, with his collection, has gone a different direction, and it's kind of neat. You need to turn over, watch his channel, and hear him describe what he's doing. But he's basically getting two Hall of Famers, or two cards of a Hall of Famer in a specific year. He doesn't want all Hall of Famers in 1960, all Hall of Famers in 55 or 1970 or whatever. And you need to get over and watch his channel and understand what he's doing, but he's excited about it. And so he had a list of cards that he was trading, and he had a wish list. And so by having that wish list, I looked on there and I said, "Hey, I have a few of those," and we made a trade. Now, I've done something that I haven't been doing. I've been doing different lately. What I've been doing is trying to get my collection to shrink with better cards. But man, I'm on a show every once in a while called Showcase Showdown with Mike, Baseball Collector, and we do player runs, and it's fun and we're having a great time. So it makes my focus just a little bit different. And instead of me giving up, going after one or two cards, I ended up getting 22 cards, and I traded three cards. Now, this trade kind of hurt because I traded two cards. Usually I just trade cards that I have duplicates of. But these couple of cards were on his wish list, and I knew how excited he was to get them. And I'm going to let him talk about that maybe if he wants to. But there was two cards that I didn't have duplicates of, and so I'm having a little bit of regrets. But I always say, if you're going to trade cards for good cards, it's going to hurt you a little bit, maybe. But at the end of the trade, if both sides are happy, then it's a good trade. Now, what I made the mistake of, John sent me cards and I sent him cards. But in our trade, I was supposed to send him some cash. As of right now, John has not received any cash from me because I forgot. Now, he might not believe that, but I'm going to get it sent to him and the deal will be done. But I'm going to turn it over here and show you some cards that I got for some trade. And some of these are going to go into my inventory for card shows. But the better of the cards, I'm going to look at these cards, and if they're better than some of the cards that I have, then I'm going to keep them and put the other ones in my inventory. But there's a lot of cards in here that go toward my player run, and they're going to stay in my collection forever. Now, so Theo and John does not make fun of me. John is not worthy of me putting a sticker on here to show where I got the cards from. One, I'm running out of colors, sticker colors for my cards. And two, if I did that for every trade, I don't have enough colors on the color wheel to put on my slabs. So here's some cards, and I'm gonna show them to you right now if that's okay. So let me turn this around. So let me get this fake Mickey Mantle out of the way and show you this Ted Simmons. Now look at that card. Beautiful card, 1972. Now I picked up some 72 cards, 1972 cards. I picked up some 1961 cards and some 53 Bowman color. I had this Lou Brock, but I live in Middle Missouri, and when I set up at card shows, Lou Brock sells really quick. Now, what we did, for those of you that want to know how did we come about this, trading 3 cards for 22 cards, 3 cards and some cash, is we basically we tried to get as close to as we could as far as monetary goes. So we looked up the value of these cards and came up with a number, and we looked at the value of the 3 cards and we came up with that number, and then I made the difference with cash. These 72s are beautiful. Some of my favorite sets is Tony Oliva, recent Hall of Famer, Jim Cott, another recent Hall of Famer that I need to work on their runs. Billy Williams is lacking in my collection, but that's a beautiful card. This is, to me, is an iconic card. As a kid, I had this and I loved it, and Jim Palmer was a very great, underrated pitcher. And I'm going to have to do a video on Jim Palmer sometime. Last but not least of the 72s is a Tom Seaver. That's a pretty sharp card. It's a little bit off center. That'd be off center for Dylan, but it's just right for me. So John had a 1960 collection of cards that he just loved, the 1960s, but now he's excited because he's going a different direction. So he was willing to give up a few 1960 cards. Nellie Fox. Jim Bunning. Never had these cards really in my collection, or never thought about them much. Robin Roberts, beautiful card. You can tell that John went after a lot of centered cards. These grades are similar to the grades that I have in a lot of my cards. Bill Mazeroski. I put a W in there, his name, when I pronounced it, that didn't belong. Beautiful card here of Minnie Minoso. Luis Aparicio. Beautiful looking card. That one's centered enough for Dylan, I believe. Brooks Robinson. Now, when John gets his cards, I hope he's as happy as I am. Now, he's not going to be so happy when he doesn't have the rest of the money in there, but I trust that he believes that I'll get it to him. And last but not least of the 60s, Stan Musial. Now, I love this card. Again, part of my inventory because Stan sells easy. Now, the 53 color, here's a red Shane Deans authentic. We don't know why this was authentic, but beautiful looking card. Phil Rizzuto, another beautiful card. And Richie Ashburn, a very underrated player for the Phillies. Now listen, it was neat. As a recently turned 57-year-old, trading cards brought back the kid in me. brought back some of the same emotions, like, oh, do I want to give up this card? Or, oh, I'm going to be excited to get these cards. Now, I probably I probably didn't have the same emotion, like not being able to sleep at night like I might have had when I was 10 or 12 years old, that kind of stuff when I was trading cards. But it was fun, and I'm glad, if John really hadn't made any trades up until now, I'm glad to be the first person that he traded cards with, and maybe we can trade cards throughout the rest of our collecting time. So if you kind of want to, if you're interested in something like that, turn over to Four Collectors channel and watch it, especially during trade night. He'll let you on. Right now, there's plenty of people watch, but there's not plenty of people that come with cards, and he'll let you on. Just get a small group of cards that you're willing to trade, and he'll let you show them, and then people will contact you. I assure you, if if you have something of substance. Now listen, this was fun, and this is only one part of the hobby, trading cards. It used to be a bigger part of the hobby than what it is now, but this Four Collectors channel might bring that back. So listen, guys, it is just a hobby. Collect what you like.